I will start off by saying, as far as cities go, I do love LA. I do miss Chicago because there's like
Okay, that's fair.
there's this community about it. And there's this like energy of like, we went through the winter and now we all love each other in the summer that, is different there.
Well, I can't say I've ever heard someone talk about a city, liking a city because of like weather trauma bonding. That was a new one for me.
Hello.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of BFFR. Make sure you're following at BFFR Show on all socials and hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. As you can see, I'm flying solo again. I do have chicken here. Sid is taking a little break from BFFR, but she appreciates the love and support so much. Thank you for your messages. I am interviewing one of our teammates, Sarah Gorden, today. She is Angel City's legendary defender. She is a mother, certified fashion icon. Welcome to the show, Sarah Gorden. I can't believe the holidays are almost here. And if your calendar is anything like mine, it's already looking really chaotic. Between travel, family, and figuring out what I'm going to cook for Thanksgiving, I'm trying to get ahead of it now. That's why I'm hitting up Macy's Friends and Family Sale. It's happening right now, and you can get an extra 30% off with code FRIEND, plus 15% off beauty. Now that I'm retiring, me and Lucas want to travel more, so I'm finally upgrading my luggage. Samsonite and Travel Pro are up to 50% off, which is perfect timing. And for when I'm playing host, I'm definitely grabbing a Ninja appliance or two to make things easier in the kitchen. I might even sneak in a little treat for myself. Macy's has 100% cashmere sweaters under $100. And I mean, it is sweater season. The sale runs through November 3rd. So if you're trying to prep ahead or just want an excuse to shop, this is it. You can shop at Macy's.com or in store. Hello again, my friend.
Hello, Allie Riley.
Hello, Sarah Gorden. Welcome to BFFR. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
I'm very excited to have you. I want to give some context so everybody knows we are recording this. This is a big week. We are still fighting for the playoffs. It is mine and Kristen's retirement match on Sunday. So this is going to air a week after this retirement game. Okay. So everyone has a little bit of context of when we are recording this. So we won't know when you're listening to this how this game goes, if we're still contending for the playoffs, what our season will look like. So given that, Sarah, how are you feeling going into this weekend with the season? There's been so many changes, and you're the first guest that we've had on that is playing week in and week out, has seen the evolution of the team with Alex coming in and kind of going into the end of the season in this leadership role, and you've experienced it all. So how are you feeling?
Well, currently I'm feeling in very good spirits. Obviously, we just had the 2-0 win against Houston. And it was a great team win. And it was probably of all the games this season, the best that I've felt as far as keeping a lead, how, the energy of the team and just feeling like, we didn't give up a lot of chances and we got the result we felt like we deserved in the moment. And so I'm feeling really positive. It's obviously been a really long season emotionally for everybody. And I'm definitely feeling that as well. So I am a little bit emotionally, mentally fatigued, but overall really positive and just kind of feeling like, hey, like the odds may be low, but we have a chance at this thing and we got to go for it.
Totally. And it was a dominant performance. And I felt the energy in the stadium, and obviously warming up, you're so close to the supporter section and how excited everyone was. And it feels like there is just a spirit of belief. And again, when you're listening to this, you'll know our fate, but we don't. And so we're going into this weekend, I think, just with a lot of positivity, like you said, and you lead that from the front from a leadership position, but from the back as a center back. How has this year been in terms of the changes with Alex coming in and the role you've played and just new teammates galore? How do you feel like the team has managed that? And obviously we have a lot of Angel City fans who are also BFFR listeners. And I feel like you're such an amazing person to give insight into this. So that's why I'm kind of peppering you with the soccer questions here.
Honestly, kind of playing into my last answer, it has been really difficult to manage all the changes. And for me, it's felt like, as far as players leaving, players coming in, a new coach, new front office people, new medical staff, it's been really hard. It's been really hard. And there's a lot to say about consistency brings comfort. And just like, even from a medical perspective, having a staff member who knows you, like little things like that, to on the field, having chemistry built with a player that's been there since preseason or since the last few years. There's a lot to say. There's a lot of comfort in that. And so it has been really difficult. And I think that's why I personally am feeling mentally a little emotionally fatigued at this time, going through all those changes. And then on top of that, not getting the results you want, but you feel like you're putting in the work, whether that's in the room or on the practice field. And so that can be exhausting. But I also feel like, as we've been saying the past month specifically, we've been building something, and we do feel like, we can see these small changes where, we saw it in the last game, finally getting the result we wanted, but like building a system and building chemistry and building these things with each other. And so that's really brought me some positive energy in the past week to actually like reap the benefits of a result, but not just like a lucky result where, like, in the past, last season or even the season before, where we feel like, we got the result, but we're not sure as far as like what happened on the field. But it actually building something that leads to a result has felt really good this week. And so that's what I'm living on right now.
Living on vibes a little bit. Okay, well, let's say, make the playoffs, make the final, win the final. At some point, the season is ending, some point soon. What's the first thing you're going to do? What do you look forward to the most when the season is over? I know you have this beautiful family, 2 very athletic sons here who are killing it in multiple sports. What is Sarah Gorden looking forward to with the offseason?
Well, this is a downer answer, but I think for me, I get some relief. Just like the pressure is gone, the edge is gone. I don't have to worry about anything. And so I think for me, the first week is just relief. Like, I'm just like, regardless of how the season went, regardless of if I'm super disappointed or not. I mean, I've been disappointed every NWSL season because I've never won a championship, to be completely honest. But it's like that relief that's in the first week. Like, I don't have to work out. I can just take some time off. But of course, I, have my son and my stepson. And so just being able to spend a little bit more time with them, really go to their games and be present with them will be nice as well. But I think I need a vacation. So that's
you deserve a vacation
there as well.
Well, you're also engaged. Is any wedding planning happening?
I left my race facility.
I was like, do we need to delete this?
I haven't been planning. I just get so wrapped up in the season and I forget that life exists outside of it.
Okay, so maybe not happening this off season.
No, definitely not.
Okay. Okay, well, we got to talk about motherhood. We had Claire on the show last week, and she is very pregnant. She is out there training. It is so beautiful to see. And I haven't experienced this alongside a teammate who is pregnant. I've had teammates who have children. Your journey, and we spoke about this with Claire over breakfast the other day, was very, very different. And you told me how many weeks you took coming back, and everyone was winging it. And you were a 2-sport athlete at DePaul, and you get pregnant with Caiden. What was that like for you? And how does it feel seeing the progress we've made in sports in terms of the approach towards women becoming mothers?
Yeah. I think that's actually a really loaded question because what it was like for me was, I'm 20 years old. I found out I'm pregnant and there was just so much like disappointment and shame that I felt for the situation. And I was no longer with Caiden's father, and my parents they're very Catholic. They were so upset. My coach was upset, my teammates. And so it was just like a shameful, disappointing situation. And so I dealt with a lot of those feelings and some depression, anxiety while I was pregnant. But it's also just so weird because I was very like dissociated from my body. So I was just like a person trying to survive this situation. But I think for how far we've come, I'm obviously ecstatic. Like it's amazing that the support that is there now. But I also have to grieve a little bit because of what I went through, and it like brings grief in me because it was so difficult for me at the time. And so I have to like give myself a little bit of space for that because I'm happy that we've come so far. I have to like grieve what I went through, and it does like upset me a little bit. But yeah, it was a much different time.
It was. And thank you for being so honest. And you, of course, deserve to take all of the space you need. But I've also seen how supportive you are of Claire, and is really special, I know, for her, for all of us to have mothers who have paved the way and fought for so much. Without you and your voice, we wouldn't be seeing Claire have this entirely different experience than you and Sid had. And what's it going to be like having this newborn around the team again? I mean, this is the first Angel City baby.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be nice. It'll be like having puppies at practice. Like we'll all be so stressed out, and then it'll just be a baby. And we'll be like, Claire, can I just hold your baby? I'm feeling like really stressed right now.
I might have to come in just to get free breakfast and my omelet and hold the baby. I think that would be nice.
Definitely.
How did becoming a mother change your perspective? I mean, even now, I love seeing Caiden at the games. Obviously, he's grown up so much. He has his own big opinions about the game, his own favorite players now. We'll get to that. But what is it like, just if you don't mind sharing a little bit about having Caiden at the games and how he shapes your approach to not only soccer, but life?
Well, first of all of Caiden's opinions are his own. That has nothing. So anything
I say that about my dad. Don't worry. There's always like a disclaimer.
Because there have been times where I'm like, he has said something and I'm like, he did not hear that at home. So, he watches the game. He watches all the games in the league, probably more than most people on the team. So I'm like, he has some opinion. But no, I mean, it's so special to have him there. He is a true Angel City kid. Like you see him in the huddle after every single home game. Like he just loves being a part of it, and he just has so much love and respect for every woman on our team. And I'm grateful also for the space that they all give him to talk to him and all of those things. So it is really special. And it's also one of those things where I'll probably look back when, in 10 years or however many years and be like, wow, that was a really unique experience. And I know he's really happy to be a part of it.
So he is very fast, like his mother. I've also watched him play soccer. He's talented. Are we thinking he's also going to be a two-sport athlete? What are you feeling right now, Mom? Like, what's his best sport? What are his best chances here at making it big?
Okay, well, he can't see this video because he'll be so mad. But obviously, I made him run track last year because he is fast and he has this really good stride. So I'm like, you have to run the 400, 200. Like, you could be a beast. But he doesn't have the same like desire I had as a kid where I was like, I want to win because I'm going to make everyone proud of me, like in track. And you need that in track. Like you can't run track if you have that. So he's a soccer guy. Like he loves playing soccer. So I'm not sure he has the two sport in him.
Who are Caiden's favorite players right now? Because who was the player that he had as his home screen, because that's not the same. I know he likes Trin, but there was someone else that he had as his home screen, right?
Well, just to be clear, Trin is his favorite player, like hands down. But he did have a stint where Naomi Girma was his home screen because
that's who it is.
Took a picture with him with her Olympic gold medal, and she was so sweet to him, and he is still obsessed with her. So she was his home screen for a good month, yes. And he's he's a really big Giselle Thompson stan as well.
Who isn't? 3 great choices. I prefer the one that is on our team. And his mom would also be a great choice. But
I'm out of the question.
Oh, he cracks me up. My project right now. So Caiden will come in on the weekends. He came in during the summer sometimes when he needed a break. Because I was like, why aren't you at camp? Why aren't you at soccer? And he's like, I need a break. All I want to do is just veg and like relax. I'm like, I've never heard a kid this young use the word relax. But my project is to get him to do pull-ups. And I'm like giving him the protein from the fridge in the gym. He's like pumping up with the protein. We got half a pull-up, so I don't have much time left.
He can't do a push-up.
He's got long limbs. I just, it's been amazing just seeing him even these past 4 years, how much he's changed. And it's gonna be wild. By the time you retire in 10 years, we'll see how this kid has grown and filled out.
Girl, in 10 years, I'll be 43.
If anyone can do it, you can, Sarah. So we actually, this isn't on my rundown because we just got home from a meeting with Jessica Berman, the commissioner of the NWSL, and she tries to reach all of the markets during the season. It is a lot of travel. I'll give it to the woman. But so she came in and players are able to ask questions, and we're asking questions about the salary cap and the media deal. And I think it is so amazing. I'm so proud that players are just so passionate about pushing this league even further and wanting the player experience to be even better. I also feel very proud that I think about where this league started. And you were drafted into the NWSL in 2016, the first ever DePaul player to do that. And where do you feel the biggest changes have occurred? What is the biggest difference from when you were drafted to now sitting in our beautiful meeting room with Jessica Berman today in 2025?
Well, there's so many answers to that question. The first being we make a living wage now. When I was drafted, I made $8,000 a year. With a kid. Yes. And then facilities, like you insinuated with our beautiful film room. I mean, we were in like a basement in a suburb outside of Chicago when I got drafted, and it would like flood sometimes. Facilities have come a really long way as well. But for me, the most important is a living wage. And then obviously being a mom back then, there was no support for moms at all. Yeah. It was kind of just like ignored that some players had moms. And now there is much more support for moms and expecting moms, obviously.
So we got to get to Angel City. So I didn't really know you very well in the beginning of the Angel City era because you tore your ACL the first week of preseason. And I remember we were supposed to go to the beach that day, and I texted you and you were like, oh, I'm just getting a scan. And we all were feeling, okay, I guess I shouldn't say we all. I don't know how sure you were about what had happened, but like we couldn't even fathom that would happen in that moment to a player who has clearly gone on to be super important. But we knew going into the season, the inaugural season, you were going to be so important to us. And we were all just getting to know each other. And then you said, yeah, I did my knee. What was that? And this is BFFR, so we can be fucking real because this is a really hard thing to have happened. What was that like for you that first season? We didn't have the resources for you to rehab with the club, so we really didn't see you very much. It is so powerful now seeing how much has changed in terms of how you're everywhere and you're doing so amazing and what your body is able to do. But that week and that moment coming to this club with high hopes, high expectations, can you walk us through a little bit of what that realization was like and what that season was like for you?
Yeah. Going the first week of preseason, actually overall, before I got injured, was really bad for me. Like, I don't know why, but it's like I felt like I couldn't pass the ball and I was so in my head and I was just questioning, like, why am I here? What am I doing here? Like, was this the wrong choice for me? And then I injured my knee. So I'm like, those things, correlate for sure. And so it did feel really devastating. I had never been injured before. Not even like a muscle injury, I don't think, up until that point.
Really?
Yeah. So it was my first injury of any kind. And then it was my choice ultimately to rehab on my own. I had just kind of honestly felt like one of the people that I was working with on the medical team wasn't really listening to me. And so I didn't want to go through. Sorry, my dog just is. I didn't want to go through that for 9 months. Like, I wanted someone who, heard me as well. And it was really hard being away from the team because then I felt like I didn't have anyone in LA, and just having moved there made the move kind of difficult. But yeah, it felt devastating at the time. And now it's one of those things where, and I feel like everyone says this about injuries, but looking back, it was good for me to take a step back to see what was important to me. And my body surely could have used a year of recovery as well. But yeah, it did feel really devastating at the time.
I'm not sure I have ever asked you this. Did you request the trade from Chicago? You were Iron Woman 2021, and then you were excited about what was happening in LA, or what was that decision like?
Yeah, I did. I requested the trade. I had been at Chicago for 6 years, and as reports have now shown, there was a lot of shit going down at Chicago.
Yep.
I had a crazy experience there, and some years it was really bad. But I think I had kind of knew the coach was going to be moving on because of the reports that were coming out, and we were all like, yeah, it's
they're all bad.
We're all bad. So yeah, I requested it. I was like, I'm ready to go. And yeah, I was like, I kind of want to see what's going on in LA.
Okay. Well, now that you're here, what has been something you've loved about Los Angeles, bringing your family here, Angel City, the club?
I will start off by saying, as far as cities go, I do love LA. I do miss Chicago because there's like
that's fair.
There's this community about it. And there's this like energy of like, we went through the winter and now we all love each other in the summer. That, is different there. But I love the journey that I've been on in LA as far as like really like learning myself and knowing myself. I quit drinking here, and I feel like that made me have a deeper relationship with myself. It's like peaceful. You can go on hikes. You can go to the beach. Like, all things I would never have imagined saying, hey, Allie, as you know, I'm going on a hike with my dog. Like, what? 5 years ago, that never would have been a possibility. But I love the peace that LA brings. And I mean, the club obviously does so much for the community, and I think that's really special as well. And having all the supporters that we have, yada, like, all these things. You've said them. And
I know. I love talking about these things. Well, I can't say I've ever heard someone talk about a city, liking a city because of like weather trauma bonding. That was a new one for me. I guess we had one day of rain yesterday and everyone was losing their minds. But then people are like, oh, it was so cozy to be inside during the rain. And I felt the same way. I was a little nervous. I drove over to Malibu, like going in the canyon, because we are not used to this. But I guess we don't bond in the same way because of it. What a shame.
But we did trauma bond over other things that have happened in LA. Like, actually, you know what? Let's not even.
We can go there. Trust me, I've been part of the trauma bonding. And I actually do want to shout out. We've been mentioning the club, and we had supporters out to training today who were affected by the wildfires, and it was really special to connect with them. And to hear someone say that coming to Angel City games has really helped them through a hard time, I think that just, I don't know, puts everything into perspective for all of us, and especially me coming to the end and not being on the field has been really, really hard. And one of the women today said that she saw us training and we looked so free and like we were really strong and just doing what we loved. And I thought, you know what? I do get to do that. And I am really lucky. And I got to do it in training. It's not the same as a game, but it's still, all the connections that this club bringing us together, connecting us with supporters and fans, and really rallying a community in a city after the ice raids and the fire. And it feels like nonstop hard things happening. It's one of the many reasons why I feel very lucky to be part of this club and to be ending my career at this club. One of the things that, of course, the club does and the league does is showcase some of the players' arrival fits. And maybe you would beg to differ, but I'm not sure if you were still at Chicago, if this would be like, I feel like it's kind of an LA. Sid and I have talked about this. LA's doing it well. Gotham seems to take it pretty seriously, but I know we're biased, but we have Sarah Gorden, and you are just our fashionista, our style icon. And if you go through like any fit after every weekend on like a Monday, I'm like, there she is, because your outfits. And I mentioned to Riley when she gave you the superlative as the best dressed that that you had seen me in like a dress shirt and the training shorts, and you were like at boots, and that's a vibe. And I found another text that I had sent you. I'm not sure if Chelsea will be able to bring the photo up, but I texted you. I was getting an injection for my injury, and you asked me how it was going. And I sent you this photo of me in these shorts that I have to wear. I'm like in my flight socks. Okay, I have my Serena shirt, so obviously I love that shirt. And I'm wearing these special shorts that like they rip away because the doctor has to like rip open the shorts to access the area that he is injecting. And you texted me and you were like, this look is kind of a vibe. And I'm just like, I can't with you. I'm like, you crack me up so much. But I have a couple
on, that is a vibe.
Well, we have a photo here. It might not be the first one, but I have some of my favorite looks here. And I would just love if you could get us in your mind when you're picking out these outfits. Here, I must say, I was a little surprised to see you had your football boots in your hand with this really, really large bag. But you don't have to speak exactly to this photo, but just how have you gotten into style? How do you pick out your outfits? What makes you so passionate about it? Tell us all the things and be fucking for real.
Okay, so it depends. How I pick out my outfit depends. Like sometimes in this instance, I got a new shoe, those pointed toe heels. When we were in Coachella, we all went to the outlets, the designer outlets. And we all went And so I got this new little Gucci pointed toe, and I was like, we wear pink. Like pink is one of our Angel City colors. This is home opener. Like I'm going to style something around this shoe. And so all the pink kind of just made sense to me. Mm-hmm. But I would say overall, well, one, styling, it depends on if I have like a piece I really want to wear. I'll start with that and then style around it. But I think that I'm really passionate about it because I just love the form of self-expression that it brings. It's like walking art when you put your outfit together. And that's not to say like it has to be some extravagant thing. I mean, if you put on sweatpants and a sweatshirt, you're telling people a story about how you feel that day too. And I just like that you can express yourself in that way. And also like, I would say growing up and like being adopted, I always felt like, sorry if this is too deep, but I always felt kind of, lot lately too. So you asked me at the right time. I always felt like kind of different from my family in a way that they always wanted me to feel like I was part of them and like, so they would make me feel like I fit in. But what it did to me was make me want to be unique because I felt different from them. And it felt like we weren't being honest about that. And so I feel like clothes was one of the first ways that I could appropriately express that because words might have been like hard. So that I think was the beginning growing up of why I really started liking clothes and fashion and being able to dress myself.
Wow. That was deep. And I really, really liked that answer. I have 2 follow-up questions.
Okay.
One is how does how I dress? What story am I telling you when I see you every day?
Well, what did you wear today? I don't even remember.
I wore this that Lucas got at a vintage store and then realized it was like 2 sizes too small for him. So now it's mine. And I always show up in jeans or shorts or something. And then I always end up leaving in our training shorts.
Well, as long as you're not leaving in the spandex that we have yet to be able to replace.
No, that I am not the thief. Someone has been going home from training in the extra spandex we have. So there are no more extra spandex for any of the players. Sidebar. I feel like I'm telling a story of like someone who is really just at the end of a chapter trying to keep it together, but is falling apart and needs treatment every day. So she's always wearing our training kit.
Maybe. I don't know. I was going to go with you're bubbly and excited for the day, but okay.
That's when I arrive, not when I'm leaving. When I arrive, I am excited. When I leave, I'm tired. And my second question, and I feel like there will be other people out here who can relate to this. I cannot wear heels. So I get really sad. Like, you just found these great shoes. You styled your outfit around it. I have not really thought about it that way. I usually have a top or bottoms that I really am excited about. And especially if it's a little bit dressier. And then I look into my closet and I'm like, and now I have to wear sneakers, preferably running shoes. So it just falls apart before I even get started. Do you have any suggestions for those of us who need really comfortable footwear?
Well, I guess I also have a question. Well, first I have an answer. I love boots. So there are boots that don't have a heel on them and they can definitely be worn. And then my second thing is, what about like a 1-inch heel? I have a bunch of heels in my closet that are like 3-4 inches. And because I have turf toe in both toes, I can't even put them on. So I'm only 2.5 inches or less right now.
Okay. I could try one. Is that called a kitten heel or is that even shorter?
Go with a kitten or boots.
Okay. I'm not sure I would, not that it matters anymore, but I'm not sure I'd be able to like wear them to a game. I would be like really just, I don't know. I feel like I need really, really comfortable shoes just to give my feet as much support as possible. But now venturing out into the world and into the studio, I might have to hit you up for advice, but I'm going to attempt a kitten heel. Thank you.
Please do.
Thank you very much. You also, I had you on my show attempting to style me 3 years ago. So if anyone wants to see that episode of Off the Ball with Allie Riley, that was highly entertaining. But I have another person that I'd like to speak about when it comes to fashion who is not me, and that is our coach, Alex. So when Alex arrived at Angel City, insert photo here, he coached our game. Well, this is most recently, but he coached our game wearing an Angel City polo shirt, hat, and track pants. Now, what we're seeing is an evolution of Alex's style. So I was wondering if you could rate some of his looks. We could maybe do it, I don't know, on a scale of 1 to 10. You could say what you like, what you don't like. And he has told me that he is eager to listen to this and he trusts your feedback. It was actually his wife who sent these photos. So she maybe wants your feedback. Okay, let's start with the most recent here. What do we think? Like the red, white, and blue? Is this like representing Norway? Is this representing America?
I have
got the striped socks.
I have a problem with the red shoes because I don't like how our Angel City pink looks with them. So I think that to support the team better, he should not have been wearing those shoes.
Yeah. What color would have been like better with this outfit?
What color are his pants? Are those black or navy?
I think they're navy. And then he has a black hat on.
Oh. Okay, this is not his best look.
Okay. What are we giving this on like 1 to 10? 10 being like a Sarah Gorden fit.
I'm giving this a 5. Sorry, Alex.
Okay, I feel like that was even generous. Okay, I didn't like the black hat and the blue pants. Okay, moving on.
This is a good fit. The crop of the jacket, the white tee, the socks with the shoes. This is a solid 8.
Okay, we had some discussions about this just with the length of the shirt, but you are liking the length of the shirt.
His captions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are his wife. Anyone who follows Alex on Instagram, Ricky has been amazing working with Alex. He gets more photos than I do after a game, I have to say.
He hires his own photographer, maybe. I'm not mad at the length of the shirt. I'm not mad at it.
Okay, so this is an 8 out of 10. I think this is high praise. He's wearing the same socks this week as the one we just saw. He likes those. Feels Scandinavian.
Do you have a picture of when he came to our meeting with slides on and then those socks that you wear with like loafers that like go really low around your toes?
I wasn't given access to that photo, nor was I given access to the really slim Burberry top that was also a topic of conversation.
That's actually, in Black culture, that is a baby shower top that the dad wears to pretty much every baby shower.
I'll let you tell him that. Okay, what else do we have here in the bank? I mean, I'm like, the man gets a like style getting off the bus photo. This must be from his own photographer.
The pants are good. The socks with the shoes are the same, but they look good.
Are those the same socks again? Those are his favorite socks. They're the same socks.
But the top half, well, I have a question. Do you think he dresses himself?
I feel like his wife is super stylish. And so she must be laying out some pieces.
The bottom half of this outfit is her.
Yeah.
This is a 6.5.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You like these pants though. You complimented these pants when he was wearing them at training.
These are not the same pants, Ellie.
Are you sure?
I don't know. They looked lighter in person. He needs a jacket here. This is just a t-shirt and pants. I can't rate this.
What about the matching shirt and the shoes?
I'm not into exact matching as a person, but if it works for you, it works for you. But this is not a full outfit. He needs a jacket, so 5.
Okay.
I wonder what socks he has on.
I'm hoping they're his lucky striped socks. I mean, maybe those are the games we won. I don't know. But this I felt positive about. Are we?
Yeah, this is good. This is a good 7.5.
Wow. Okay, I think that was that all the photos? I think that was all the photos. Wow. Well, thank you for your insight. I hope he'll take into consideration your feedback for next season. I will be eagerly watching. And so now I'm going to do a little this or that style related. And so you have to pick one. Okay. I know you're going to say I could style this with that and this with that. No, you got to pick one. Okay. For Sarah Gorden.
I'm scared.
Gold jewelry or silver jewelry?
And I have to pick one.
See, I knew this would happen.
I mean, I would say both, but gold if I had to pick one.
A leather jacket or a denim jacket?
Ooh. Leather.
Oversize or fitted?
Both. Both.
I'll give you one both. Colorful or neutrals?
Neutrals.
Kitten heels or sneakers?
Kitten heels.
Hoops or studs?
Really small hoops.
Oh, okay. Skims or Savage by Fenty?
Savage by Fenty.
Oh, and follow-up question. Which celeb do you think has the best fashion or beauty line? Oh, you got lots of nice beauty stuff.
Oh, that's a good question.
Like, who's doing it right?
I feel like, well, the brands I usually use are like Say Beauty, and that's not a celeb brand, but I feel like the makeup artist brands are better than the celeb brands.
Okay.
Like Mario, Makeup by Mario or MPH. I'm like, okay, I like these a lot. I use some of their products. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a designer or a brand that you're really liking right now for clothing?
For clothing. My mind is sometimes like when you get asked a question in an interview and you have to think on the spot, I don't know why I can't think of anything. Nothing's coming to my mind. And I just went shopping yesterday. So.
Oh yeah. We were talking about how when you go shopping for the boys, you always end up with some really nice pieces for yourself. And I respect that. You deserve that as a mother.
And that's why I really get excited about going shopping for them, because in the back of my mind, unconsciously, I know that I'm shopping for myself.
Yes. You're like, one for you, one for me.
Two for me.
Okay. Well, I feel like I can't end this interview without asking you a little bit about your love of the zodiac and astrology. And is there anything we need to know about the position of the moon or the sun right now? And how you got into astrology?
Well, I think I probably got into astrology because of my need for control, and it helped satisfy that. And then I also have moments, and so I'm not up on the current sky because this week I've been like, astrology is bullshit. Like, this is all bullshit. Like, why do I even follow this? I'm having one of those, not a midlife crisis,
one of those,
but it's astrological crisis right now.
Okay. I'm going to get an update from you in a week when you're feeling really, really into the astrology.
Okay.
But how were you? Okay, let's see. The last time what was the last season when something happened and you were like, yes, this is because of.
Yes.
There was something recently.
So in September, there were 2 eclipses, and one of them was in Pisces, I believe. And I want to say one was it in Sag or Virgo? Anyway, it was like a really big month, and I'm a Virgo sun, Aries moon, Sagittarius rising. So it was and my birthday was that month. So it was a really big month for me with changes and realities being found. I don't know, but it definitely felt like a big month for me. Like, I had a lot of personal things going on, and I was like, okay, my horoscope's correct. And whenever it's correct, it, makes you feel a little better or worse.
But this week, astrology is bullshit.
This week is bullshit.
Oh, well, Sarah, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. I'm very proud of you and everything that you have overcome, and just even in the short space that I've known you. And before that, obviously, I know we've had lots of deep conversations as you watch your son play and I watch my husband coach. Time for lots of deep and meaningfuls and having the chance to work alongside you and just see your growth as a leader and someone that means so much to this team and this club. And I'm going to be really excited to see where you can take this team and this club next season when I get to watch you with a beer in my hand from the stands.
Well, thanks, but I don't think I've accepted that you're actually retiring, just so you know. I feel like you're showing up. So I'm not going to believe it until I get there and you're at home with a beer in your hands at home at 10 a.m.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Sarah, I told her a couple weeks before I told the team, and I still can't really get over the look of shock on your face because I didn't think anyone would be surprised. But you said you had what was the word you said? Not like romantic. You had another adjective that
Whimsical?
I would play whimsical idea that I would play forever. And that will stay with me because I thought that was really, really sweet, highly unrealistic, but really sweet.
Well, this week has been really sad because obviously I knew about you a few weeks ago and then Kristen announced her retirement. And I don't know, like it's just more changes. Like it just feels sad to see you guys go and two like huge personalities that have meant so much to all of us. So I'm a little depressed. But yeah, I love you, obviously.
I love you too. And thank you for being on BFFR. Can't wait for you to read my Zodiac next week when it's not bullshit anymore. So I can't do it that way. I'm too old. See you tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow, beautiful.
All right, it's time for Add to Cart, presented by Macy's, where each week I will share one thing I am loving right now. It could be a vibe, a trend, a person, a moment, and you'll always find your faves at Macys.com. This week, I am adding Halloween to my cart. It's never too early. Halloween is my favorite holiday. I am obsessed. I know Sid and I shared some of our favorite costumes. She is the queen of Halloween. However, I feel like I come a close second. I have had some epic costumes over the years. And this year, along with every child in America, I feel like I want to be one of the K-pop demon hunters. I cannot get those songs out of my head. I have watched the movie 3.5 times. I need to finish it again tonight. I introduced June Endo to the show and the movie, and she said she's watched it, I think 11 times. So our obsession is serious. I'm trying to figure out which of the Huntrix members I should be. I've also been told that you need to do a couple's costume if you have a partner. So now I need to convince Lucas to be Juno. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, with Halloween right around the corner, the Macy's Friends and Family Sale is the perfect time to grab something you might need for a last-minute costume or just treat yourself to a fall refresh. You can take an extra 30% off designers you love plus 15% off beauty, and there are great home deals too. You got to decorate for fall. You can shop the Macy's Friends and Family Sale now at Macys.com or in store. All right, that's it for another episode of BFFR. Thank you to Sarah for taking time out of her busy afternoon when she just saw me for hanging out with me again. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen. You can find us and follow us at BFFR Show on all socials. I will see you next Monday.